Good morning, friends. Amanda here with the Loveable Garden. Amanda and Cleo. Yeah, yesterday I did a bunch of little 1-minute videos on Instagram documenting the garden, but I figured in case you don't want to watch 18 1-minute videos, you know, I'll just do a walk around of everyone to do a longer YouTube video. But so, starting us off here, we've got the castor plant, and I've got a couple of them around. We've got the highway behind us. So these are supposed to grow 6 to 10 feet. I didn't realize, though, they aren't perennial to our climate. So this guy's probably going to die in the winter, or like these guys. I'm thinking I'll dig them up, maybe bring them inside. Maybe next year they'll grow big enough that maybe they'll have a chance surviving the winter, because, yeah, I'm in Vernon in Canada. We do and don't have horrible winters here. Last year was something. But so anyways, that's castor. Was supposed to block out the highway, but, you know. These guys here, we've got some big, beautiful zucchinis. I don't know what's with this guy. He has just exploded the past few days, just huge leaves. But so that's 6 plants in there. And then behind him, we have the first bed of peas. Oh, there's a pea there. Any other peas? Oh, there's a pea there. Yeah, so these guys here are, this entire bed is just one type. These are little marble peas. And then we're gonna go by these guys. Oh, there's my gloves. Oh, they're soaked. This is the second bed of peas. And funny enough, checking the tags before yesterday's video, I thought these were Mr. Big, this half, and this half was snow pea. But turns out, it's opposite. Like, look at these. I guess that's a snow pea. They're just massive, so I just assumed that was the Mr. Big side. Yeah, here's a couple more. Just huge. Loving it. Loving it. So many little babes. But so yeah, Mr. Big, I guess, doesn't have any babes going yet. That's alright. And then this craziness you've possibly noticed as we're passing by and stuff. These guys are super cool. It's my first time growing them. But yeah, these are scarlet runner beans. Like, what a wild flower. And, well, what a wild vine. They are climbing like crazy. It's funny, I put the string for them to climb. They don't really like it. Like, if I feed them up it, they do it. But for the most part, they like to just go on the wood. But so yeah, their beans were nuts. They were big beans planting. Hi, princess. Here we've got a big dill. And yeah, like it's like up to my waist. It's a big dill. There's another one of those castors. This is radish. There was a raspberry little sproutling growing here, but it died out. But so these are some radish that were in the main garden, dried out, went to seed pods, and so I'm hoping, you know, the seeds will just come out there, and that'll be a cute little radish section. So yeah, that castor's doing good. These 4 stake thingies at the back, they are, or were, grapes. I think they've kind of died out, sadly, but stuff happens. That's a haskap. That's a blueberry. I guess that's that for that section. Cleo's coming along to the next section too. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen pictures of this guy back in the spring. That was all flowering. This is a kale from last year. And yeah, it survived the winter, flowered in the spring, and now it's doing his kale thing again. Another castor. And these guys are corns from seed. I just noticed that yesterday. That guy's like growing double. It's pretty amusing. But so yesterday's Instagram photo or videos, the shade, you could see the line from the fence. So yeah, these guys in the back, they're smaller. These guys up front, they're doing a little better. But yeah, looking beautiful. These castors, I just did a huge amount of weeding. I'd been away for 3 weeks. So this was all morning glories. We're blessed, and by blessed I mean cursed with morning glories, wild ones, bindweed, whatever you want to call it. So this was all morning glories, and these 4 castors, they were like in a tray, and they were just buried. Like, I completely forgot about them. I assumed they were dead. And doing my little weeding, look who I found. So I still gotta get those 2 planted, but got those guys. We got a turnip, 3 beets, wheat, and that's a haskap, but I'm pretty sure it's dead. And then we come to this madness. If you're wondering what all you're looking at here, that's a bunch of tomatoes. It's 23 tomato plants. We got, yeah, all sorts. We got bigger dudes, we got littler dudes, we got lantern dudes. So those are tomatillos. Tomatillos, if you've never seen or heard of them. It's a little Chinese lantern, and there's like a little, you know, little tomato growing inside that guy. It's pretty wild, pretty neat. Yeah, are any other flowers open? No, we're still too wet and early for the flowers. They have a super neat flower though. And then while we're over here, you can see something doesn't quite belong. These are buttercup squashes. So we'll see if all these babes make it, but it's got an insane amount of little babes on it right now. So focus on that. Anyways, that blob there is another babe. Where was the other decent sized babe? Oh, there it is. But yeah, look at this guy hiding. I didn't even know it existed. Like, that's just about ready to harvest. It's a good sized little buttercup right there. Oh yeah. So yeah, I didn't even know that existed till I did weeding. This was all madness. And then same with this dude here. Did some weeding and, come on, focus a little bit. There we are. Found a honey nut. So yeah, pretty neat. They start back here. Yeah, the honey nut, you know, starts up in there. You can see its littler leaves over the butternut. It comes on down this way, and then that guy there, up through the bushes, blah blah blah. That's the buttercup we just took a look at. Pretty crazy. And then the other madness we'll look at later is the butternut. Too many butternut, buttercup, honey nut, craziness. But back in the tomatoes, we missed this. We got some lavender hanging out there. We got some anise hyssop, which is a really neat herb if you've never had or heard of it. It's like black licorice. And then hiding under the tomatoes, there were a bunch of strawberry plants, but sadly the tomatoes have taken them over, and I have run out of time to move the strawberries. And they don't really do too well when you transplant them anyways, so whatever. No strawberries. We can see more tomatoes, tons of flowers. Tomato City. Butternut squashes. Oh yeah. Look at those babes. Oh, that babe isn't looking too happy this morning. That's unfortunate. That guy still looks good though. Oh, but his little buddy beside him doesn't. Oh, can you see the little buddy? There it is. That's not looking so good. But the 2 biggies are, oh, that one. There's 2 others over there we'll see in a second. But so it's funny, that one is one plant. That is one plant. And then the butternut, it's like trailing there, 2 lines, rows trailing there. Pretty amusing. Then we come over here. We've got the eggplant. Super awesome eggplant. We've got a pepper. It's some sort of sweet pepper. This is a Hungarian. Pretty cool. This is beans. Where are you guys? There are the little beans. And yeah, this is that big tomatillo. Yeah, there's a couple. There's 23 different types of tomatoes in here. Well, like 23 tomatoes and a couple of types. Anyways, tomato land. Now we come to the hexagon. And I love the hexagon because it's what started it all last year at the rental. So, yeah, we've got this big purple kale guy, dudes. We've got a cauliflower that's not doing anything yet. We've got a cauliflower that's forming a head. That's, what size would I say? That's a bit less than a baseball. Like, not a softball, the little hard ones. That's, yeah, or I could just do this for scale. See, it's not so big, not so small. We got a white guy, we got a purple guy. Pretty awesome. Then we got Brussels sprouts. I still gotta give them their haircut because it helps form the Brussels. In the middle, we've got peppers. So you can take a, you can see we got the pepper there. Who else had a big one? Is it you? Yeah, there's a good few around. Lots of jalapenos on this one. Oh, there's the other biggies. But so yeah, Brussels sprouts. This is dinosaur kale with its very neat leaves. And that's regular kale. I forget if I said that yet or not. So now, maybe we'll work our way up Squash Hill and then come back to the main garden. This here is a potato, funny enough. I forget if that's like 1 or 2 potatoes. I think it's 2. And then coming around this cute little pathway, we're going to pass 1, 2, 3, and a 4th acorn squash. That guy, it turns out, like, I got this little irrigation system from the dollar store. And so it has been super awesome, but it turns out that I put an end one instead of an inline one. So he hasn't been really getting water except for little bits of leaking. So yeah, his little friends, they're about double the size, but he's been doing better now because he's been getting water since I got home. Whee! There's where we just came from. Garden where we're going in a minute. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 butternut squashes. So yes, that's the crazy octopus from over there. They are gonna go everywhere. Our acorn squashes, Squash Hill. Over here though, we've got 2 watermelons. And so they were really neat because they just had, you know, a generic squash leaf when I was leaving. Like they were small. And then I came home 3 weeks later, and that is the insane leaf that they have. Like, how fabulous is that? And he's gonna flower. Oh wow, he's gonna have 2 flowers or 3. Fantastic. So yeah, the watermelons. Oh, in case you keep wondering about the yellow craziness that's around, that's wild mustard. We're blessed with it. Blessed, cursed, however you want to look at it. But so I figured the bees love it. So, you know, I've tied it up and stuff. I've left it, and yeah, I don't know. Weeds aren't so bad. Flowers for the bees, friends. And yeah, it's mustard. So anyways, this is spaghetti squash. And it's so funny. Are you watching it? Are you keeping track? It's climbing, climbing, climbing. Oh, what a nut bar. You are too funny, squash. Spaghetti squash, this guy, funny enough, this is its root here. And it's nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh, hi, friend. So, I don't know, like 2 feet of thingamajig stem. But yeah, this is pumpkin. And it's hilarious, too. It's climbing up in the bushes. And I guess it's heading over towards the fence and those viney thingies, which will be amusing. Then, this guy is an acorn squash. So, yeah, I didn't really think about all my doubles and stuff. Well, I don't know. I don't have too many doubles, kind of. Butternut and acorn. But so anyways, those guys will be like this guy. And even this guy. Yeah, it's a squash, so I expected it to trail. We'll see if it does, or if it's just a big cool thing like that. This is buttercup, same as that one that's crazy climbing the bushes over there. This is a Buckingham squash. Is it squash or zucchini? I keep calling it, I don't know. It says it's a zucchini. Yeah. Buckingham zucchini. Oh, did I just step on someone? Nope, good. Oh yeah, don't mind me, I'm in my pajamas. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that guy's a regular zucchini. And then it's you. What are you? You're crooked neck squash. Okay. See, this whole time, I've been calling him a zucchini. I'm like, oh yeah, those 3 are zucchinis. These 3 are squash. But yeah, no, I guess he's a zucchini too. But so he's a crooked neck squash. But those 2 are zucchinis. Squashes, and the pumpkin. And the cat did just come up. Where did she go? I don't know. And now, last but not least, however, it's gonna take a while to get through. But so here's the main portion of the garden. So when we moved in back in the beginning of May, this was stuff from my old house, and it had to get in right away, so it was a bit of a rush. It wasn't very well planned out. Everything is super duper close together. Anyways, it's doing super awesome now though, and then this came second, that came third, and then that stuff down there and whatnot. But so yeah, I guess getting going. These bad boys right here. Lots of multiple different chards. And then we've also, we've got some beets hiding back in there. Oh, there's a big beautiful beet leaf. These dudes here are salvia. And then we've got borage. This was a bok choy that I just had to cut down 2 days ago. Yeah, sad. Like, it was huge, it was gorgeous, it was fabulous. But the aphids got to it. I had cut them out the one day. They were just on one branch. And then I come back 2 days later, and they're on everything. It's like, where did you even come from? But anyways, yeah, so I guess those kales that are in the front, they might be the same as this. They look very similar. This is a red Russian, and he is like just about up to my waist right now. Need to do some harvesting, but yeah, pretty awesome. And then whatever kind of kales those were, it's 2 different types. These 2 back here are a little bit darker than these front dudes. Yeah, that's that section. Might as well move on down here. So, back to our butternut squashes. So yeah, he goes all that way. He's got 2 lines that way. Goes around this way. It's crazy. The butternut squash was burying, God, what all was he burying? A whole bunch of lettuce. He was burying the poor potato plants. That's potato as well. Those 1, 2 there. What else was he burying? He was burying this squash. Anyways, so this is a big empty mess now because I've sorted everything in the last couple days. But so, squashes, potatoes, a bit of scraggly lettuce left. We lost a lot in the clean out, but it was that weird, crappy kind anyways. Yeah, we've got broccoli. Like, look at this guy, he's nuts. It is so long. It's probably like a 4-foot long broccoli. It is crazy. Gone to flower. Yeah, all the broccoli's gone to flower. These poor guys, I wanted to move them before I went away for 3 weeks. Because yeah, that's literally, it's like 7 or 8 broccoli plants, and they're planted like 2 inches apart, if that. So they never got proper, like my ones we'll see in a second. But you know, whatever, they're doing their thing, and I'm gonna get a crap ton of seeds from their little pods. So, you know, it's win-win. I can eat the leaves, I can still eat the stems, I can still eat all of it. It's not like it's a waste or anything. But so yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. Here's that butternut traveling underneath everyone. And then this is more regular kale. It's not as big as that stuff because again, it's like an inch apart, if anything. Like that kale is, anyways. Those guys, that's the Walla Walla onions. They were planted under the tomatoes, but I moved them the other day because same as the strawberries, they got destroyed. And then we come to one of my favorite parts of the garden, the Brussels sprouts. So these Brussels sprouts are a month or two older than the smaller ones we saw over there. So they're much thicker, and their Brussels are further along. Like especially on these two plants. Like that plant and this plant, when I say these two. That guy's doing pretty good too though. But so, yeah, that's my finger for scale. You know, like, it's moving along. Oh, hey, Cleo. See, and it's fun when you give them the haircuts, because then it becomes a kitty playground, kitty forest. Hey, you in the jungle, little panther? A little panther in the Brussels jungle? Cutie pie. But so, these 6 here, these are, what do you call it, my other broccolis, and they did get more proper heads. You can see, like, I harvested them and stuff. Yeah, I did let it a bit go to seed, too, and, yeah, it's actually, you know, broccoli just keeps producing and producing. These won't turn into full-size heads, but you just continue to still get florets, so, yeah, not such a bad thing. Then we've got cabbages here. And this is more rainbow chard. This blob here, yeah, that was like some mustard, but it was so covered in bindweed and this other weed. Cat, what are you doing? Anyways, it's just a big blob, so we'll see. I don't know. Cut that later or something. But anyways, these two hiding back here behind the char. That's 2 more cauliflowers. And this one is cauliflowering. He's doing his flowery thing, but yeah, he's certainly doing it weirdly. Oh, anyways, here's another one of those castors that we saw a good while back. And then this here was supposed to be parsnips, but nothing ever really, I don't think any of those look like parsnip leaves. That's fine though. But these bad boys here, heading amongst a couple of leaves, or weeds, yeah, we got some pepper plants coming in. So when I left before Vancouver, they were literally just coming above the ground. I didn't even know. Yeah, I'm surprised how many of them lived. It's awesome. And then some people might have liked in the Instagram videos yesterday, these corns. I said, babies making babies. Like, really though, these things. Step in here. Who's the tallest? You. Like, we're talking barely up to my knee. And these dudes are producing. All 3, there's the 4 clumpings, 3 in each clumping. All 3 in each clumping are producing right now. It's insane. I think the weather kind of screwed them up a bit and they tasseled too early. That, and I got these guys from the greenery in Kelowna. And so they came in little single cell packs with the 3 in it. And if you know corn, like, its roots are insane. Like, freaking insane. You gotta think about the power that this plant needs to stand up even. Like, they're massive, beautiful, gorgeous, majestic plants. And yeah, anyways, so I bought the 4 little cell packs and I tried to separate them, but I just couldn't. I would have destroyed everyone. I'm sure they would have recovered, but yeah, so stupidly we have like 3, you know, growing right out of the same spot. So that's probably why they're so small too. But whatever. We got How Sweet It Is and Honey and Pearl in the back. So, whatever. Like, that one's like baby corn size right now. We'll see how big everyone gets, what happens with that. But so we've got, that's just a regular tomato. And then we've got 2 more tomatillos in the back. We've got pepper, 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 That guy's a pepper too. And then those are onions, chive, and lavender. Oh, and don't forget Cleo and Amanda. We're always with the garden. Make sure everyone's alright. I'm hoping that this guy is a sunflower. I put some, they're like a colored sunflower. They're supposedly a hair smaller and yeah, like these neat rustic colors or whatever. But so I put like a couple seeds there. That's the only thing that's coming up, and clearly it's not a weed. So I'm hoping that it's that sunflower. These guys in the back here, like that's honestly like 3 or so feet tall. Like that's up to my waist. That's the Amanda lettuce. I couldn't believe that there was a plant named Amanda, and sure enough it's a lettuce. But so yeah, like it's funny, it's like the best producing lettuce. Anyways, it's awesome. These are carrots. We got scarlet carrots, rainbow carrots, and red dancer carrots. It looks, you know, like a little bit of greenery and all, but really it's only like 5 or 6 plants per, if that even. It's like 4 or 5 plants per type. Anyways, at least some of them sprouted. There's going to be absolutely no shortage of beets though. That's one type. That's another type. That's another type. Those guys were bought. These all were from seed. So yeah, I'm going to have beets, a year's supply of beets. And then another castor. And I believe, friends, oh yeah, this and this. There's the final 2 rows of that crazy butternut. And 2 more little babes. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that wraps up our little tour here. Oh, there's Cleo. She's hunting. She likes to sit there because it's quiet. And then there's mice in the junipers and bushes and stuff. Sneaky cat. Thanks for coming on this almost half-hour adventure with me. I don't know how I did it in 18 minutes on Instagram yesterday. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope maybe you got a little bit inspired too. You know, that's kind of the whole point of this. Like, you know, hashtag grow something, like anything. Jeez Louise, preferably food, but you know, flowers are awesome too. The bees will love you, and yeah, but food, and especially if you have kids, like, you know, maybe it's not your most preferred thing, but like a butternut squash, like how cool is that thing? Or a pumpkin, or peas, you know, like kids, you know, we gotta be learning this stuff, man, and it's so much fun. I call them my little pets. They're honestly, like, they're living beings. Like, oh, yeah, this crazy world we live in. Try gardening. I hope I inspired you. I hope you have an amazing, fabulous day. And, yeah, love y'all. Thanks for watching. Bye.